Hello, dear children. I welcome you in today's English class. In the previous class, we had started the chapter Bholi and we had seen the reasons why Bholi could not have physical beauty because she got chickenpox in her young age and she fell down from her cot. Due to that, it was expected that some part of her brain got damaged. That is why she couldn't uh, be and she could not be like her other sisters. Ramlal had 4 daughters and 3 sons, and all his 3 daughters were beautiful and healthy, so he was not worried about their fate. But as far as Bholi was concerned, he was extremely worried because she was neither beautiful nor intelligent. We had completed this much. The same year, a primary school for girls was opened in their village. When Ramlal's third daughter got married, that time Bholi was 7 years old. And that very year, one girls' school, one school for girls opened in their village. The Tehsildar Sahib came to perform its opening ceremony. He said to Ramlal, as a revenue officer, you are the representative of the government in the village, and so you must set an example to the villagers. You must send your daughters to school. Now Tehsildar commanded Ramlal, because Ramlal was also one government officer. So he said, you should set one good example for all the villagers. You should send your daughters to school, because that school was for only for girls. Actually, at those time, if the girls are educated, so it was difficult to find right bridegrooms for them. Their marriage became difficult. That is why people were not encouraged to send their daughters to school. So this was the reason that Tehsildar told Ramlal that he should send his daughters to school. That night, when Ramlal consulted his wife, she cried, "Are you crazy? If girls go to school, who will marry them?" As right now I told you that it seems to be that getting education means marriage prospects would become less. So Ramlal's wife said, "Are you getting crazy? If our daughters will go to school, nobody will marry them." But Ramlal had not the courage to disobey the Tehsildar. At last, his wife said, "I will tell you what to do. Send Bholi to school. As it is, there is little chance of her getting married. With her ugly face and lack of sense, let the teachers at school worry about her." See, now Ramlal's wife suggested him some solution. He said that, let me suggest you one thing. You should send Bholi to school, because Bholi's marriage was not expected because of the ugly face, because of the lack of sense. They were considering Bholi was neither beautiful nor intelligent, so nobody, according to them, was going to get married with her. So it would be safe that Tehsildar's order they were going to follow, as well as Bholi's marriage was also extremely doubtful. So this way, Bholi's fate was going to change, but the reason for sending her to school was extremely odd. Generally, children are being sent to school just to get education, just to for becoming the good career, but the reason for sending Bholi to school was to fulfill Tehsildar's orders, as well as their daughters. Her marriage was also not at all sure according to her parents. So this suggestion was given by Bholi's mother. Next day, Ramlal caught Bholi by the hand and said, "Come with me. I will take you to school." Bholi was frightened. Next morning, Ramlal set Bholi's hand and he said, "Come with me. Now I'm going to take you to school." And Bholi was extremely frightened because in her whole life she had never seen any of her sisters were going to school. So she was frightened with the name of a school only. She did not know what a school was like because no one from her family had gone to school till yet. She did not have any idea about what would be school. She remembered how a few days ago their old cow Lakshmi had been turned out of the house and sold. Bholi had seen that few days before their cow Lakshmi was set out from house and it was sold. So now Bholi was frightened. She thought that her father was going to sell her as well. "No, no, no," she shouted in terror and pulled her hand away from her father's grip. She said no. She denied for going to school. She said no, no, no. And she took out her hand from her father's grip. "What's the matter with you, you fool?" shouted Ramlal. Now Ramlal became angry. He said, "You fool, you are not at all intelligent. Why are you saying this? What are you saying? I am only taking you to school. I am not sending you anywhere wrong place. I am sending you only to school." Then he told his wife, "Let her wear some decent clothes today, or else what will the teachers and the other schoolgirls think of us when they see her?" See, actually, till yet they were not considering Bholi's importance in their life. Because of her ugly face due to poke marks, because of her lack of intelligence due to the falling down from the cot in her young age, 10 months old she was at that time. So they were not giving any importance. So every time she was given the discarded clothes of her sisters, and moreover she was the youngest daughter of the family. But Ramlal, because Ramlal was scared, or he was scared for his respect in village, so he said that today give Bholi some decent clothes so that nobody should laugh on them. Because if they would see Bholi was wearing some old dress, so it would not be a good impression on their respect. New clothes had never been made for Bholi because every time she was getting the discarded clothes, so new clothes Bholi never got in her life. The old dresses of her sisters were passed on to her. No one cared to mend or wash her clothes. So every time the old dresses she was getting. Moreover, nobody used to worried about her dress, cleaning of her dress. But today she was lucky to receive a clean dress which had shrunk after many washing and no longer fitted champa. Now she was lucky today to get a clean dress because that clean dress was of champa, as her parents were not purchasing any new dress for her, and that dress had become shrunk due to extreme washing. But she was happy that at least it was clean that day. She was even bathed and oil was rubbed into her dry and matted hair. Only then she began to believe that she was being taken to a place better than her home. See, this is ironical. First time in her life she got a good bath, she got good clean dress. So she started believing that her hair were combed, and new dress, new in the sense clean dress she got. So she realized that this was going to a place what would be better than her home. So thank you, dear students.